There's a brand new weight loss drug in development, and it doesn't work like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, or Zepbound. In fact, it targets a completely different hormone, and early studies show up to 20% weight loss in under a year with no plateau in sight. The drug is called Eloralintide, and it might become one of the biggest breakthroughs since the GLP-1 revolution. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Eloralintide, also known as LY-3841136, is an investigational once-weekly injectable medication being developed by Eli Lilly for obesity, type 2 diabetes, and potentially future combination therapy with other weight loss agents. But here's what makes it different. It is not a GLP-1 drug. Eloralintide is a selective amylin receptor agonist, meaning it mimics a hormone called amylin. Amylin is released by the pancreas alongside insulin, and it helps regulate satiety, gastric emptying, and post-meal blood sugar. In simple terms, amylin helps you to feel full sooner and stay full longer, and Eloralintide is designed to amplify that effect. So how does Eloralintide work? Think of amylin as the body's meal stop hormone. Eloralintide activates AMY1 receptors, which leads to enhanced fullness, reduced appetite, slower digestion, smoother blood sugar control after meals. It's similar to GLP-1s in some ways, but it's also importantly different. It hits a separate hormonal pathway, which opens the door for combination treatments. This could be especially helpful for people who don't respond well to GLP-1 drugs. Let's take a look at the clinical trial results. This is what everyone wants to know. The phase 2 trial included 263 adults with overweight or obesity, but no diabetes. After 48 weeks, Eloralintide users lost 9.5% to 20.1% of their body weight. Meanwhile, the placebo group lost 0.4%. Even more interesting, weight loss did not plateau, meaning results may continue past the 48 weeks. Up to 90% of people improved by at least one BMI category, and improvements were seen in blood pressure, lipids, inflammation markers, glycemic control, and waist circumference. This is important. Eloralintide isn't just a weight loss drug, it appears to improve multiple cardiometabolic risk factors. How does it compare to GLP-1s? Eloralintide isn't replacing GLP-1s. It's adding another tool to the obesity treatment toolbox. Experts explain that GLP-1 drugs target the GLP-1 pathway. Tirzepatide targets both GLP-1 and GIP receptors, and Eloralintide targets the amylin pathway, meaning more pathways equal more ways to help people lose weight. Doctors note that hitting additional receptors usually leads to stronger appetite control, and this is exactly what Tirzepatide has already shown. Eloralintide could offer a solution for GLP-1 non-responders, an option for combination therapy, and potentially lower side effect burden with proper dose escalation. Let's take a look at the side effects and safety. The most common side effects were nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and fatigue. These were described as mild to moderate and improved significantly with slower dose escalation. Experts caution that, as with any new medication, we still need long-term safety data, real-world evidence, and cardiovascular outcomes trials. Some safety concerns, as seen with other gastrointestinal acting drugs, like delayed stomach emptying, will also need to be monitored. So what are the experts saying? Dr. Leanna Billings, the lead study author, says that the weight loss is clinically impactful, improving conditions such as hypertension, hyperlipidemia, osteoarthritis, and sleep apnea. And because there was no plateau, she expects greater weight loss in longer studies. Some experts are optimistic, but they're also cautious. Doctors emphasize that we need long-term data. Safety signals may appear only after widespread use, and pricing and insurance coverage will affect accessibility. But many are excited because new mechanisms equal more personalized treatment. One doctor put it simply, hunger and satiety are controlled by many hormones. The more options we have, the better. What's next? Eli Lilly announced phase 3 trials begin at the end of 2025. Studies are underway for combination therapy, potentially pairing amylin agonists with tirzepatide. If GLP-1 drugs reshaped obesity care, amylin agonists may help usher in the next wave. Eloralintide is still investigational. It is not FDA approved yet, but the early results are undeniably promising. If the phase 3 data matches what we've seen so far, this could become one of the most important new tools for people who struggle with obesity or who don't fully respond to GLP-1 medications. If you want more deep dives into emerging obesity medications, GLP-1 news, and to follow along with me in my own personal GLP-1 journey, hit like, subscribe, and throw a comment below. Do you think amylin drugs will rival GLP-1s? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.